Millions are leaving the Democratic Party. The giant has awakened. Only rats remain on the ship. Sometimes terrible events lead to unexpected results. Today's video is about this unexpected result. But the most interesting and unexpected part comes at the end, when Whoopi Goldberg and her accomplices on the famous television show The View were finally told the whole truth to their faces about who they really are and what they're guilty of. Holocaust. The deaths of 6 million Jews led to Eretz Yisrael's creation as a Jewish homeland and state. The Chernobyl disaster led to the development of new radiation control technologies. The plague in ancient Rome led to the development of sanitary standards and sanitary reforms. It seems to me that the murder of Charlie Kirk, which shocked the nation, will definitely lead to some political changes in American society. The first signals are already coming in.
The Democratic Party
should be considered a terrorist organization. The leftists have no one left.
As a registered Democrat, all I can say is that the shooting at Charlie Kirk just proves that we are the worst.
Dude, my party is freaking the worst. I have people celebrating, hoping he dies. Are we serious right now? Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, dude? This is disgusting.
Now, I'm showing you now clips from Angela Rouse's show The Left Leaves. That's what she called it. In English, it sounds better. The left has no one left. Basically, the leftists have no one left. They're leaving the Democratic Party in droves.
He's absolutely right. How can anyone stay in the Democratic Party knowing that they attack and kill people just for being good people and caring about the youth of our country? Well, let me say this now. In 3 years, I won't be voting for the Democrats. Leave me alone. Who would? This is a problem the Democrats have had for a long time, and it's only getting worse because people are realizing how crazy they are. This whole story with Charlie Kirk. You know, I'm a moderate with left-leaning views, but the left has really done a good job of pushing all of us to the right lately. Well, in the past year. And it makes me so sad because Charlie Kirk brought discussions and debates into the conversation, and that's why I liked him. I didn't always agree with him, but damn, we need more conversations and more debates.
And I can only hope that all these guys who came to these university campuses to argue with him or agree with him or whatever,
I hope that we will have thousands more like Charlie Kirk. I
hope so too. Maybe not of the same caliber, but just like ripples spread from a stone on water, I hope that from Charlie debates will spread across the country, not hatred. But he actually did it.
He did it. He didn't mock people. He wasn't mean. He wasn't a bully. He was kind. He was truly a good person. And that's why I don't understand how anyone can stay in the Democratic Party. I think you have to be mentally unstable to be a Democrat in America, because Democrats in America are terrorists.
Let me rephrase that. Well, I've said many times that Democrats in the United States of America today are either very unintelligent people or corrupt scum, or they have psychological trauma and psychiatric problems. I haven't seen any other alternatives to these three options for a long time.
What? Am I like that?
What, is that so?
Charlie Kirk, is he holding on to life? We don't know his condition. And the left has the audacity to go on the phones, on the screens, and celebrate or make a trendy, cheerful song.
About the fact that this happened, I'm saying not even an hour has passed. I can't even say hours. And the left are so angry and demonic. I don't care who you vote for.
Yes, the day I'm recording this video is September 11th. And today we pray for all the souls that were lost, and also for Charlie Kirk, and we pray that they enter the gates of heaven.
How much money, how much fame on the internet for posting your silly celebration videos? Is it worth it to rot in hell for all eternity? For all eternity? We can't even comprehend how long eternity lasts. If we understood, we would do everything to change our lives right now.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm not talking about what we're doing, but I'm talking about Charlie Kirk, a man who is trying to educate a generation of people.
Shot live on air. If you could see what's happening on X right now,
At this point, the Democratic Party should be considered a terrorist organization.
We have been infiltrated, we have been infected, and it's these people who are posting these videos.
Why are they allowed to walk the streets? Why are these crazy people who wish death on other innocent Americans allowed to roam free? And why are people who have committed crimes allowed on the subway?
The only reason they should be allowed in public places is if they're scrubbing the floor on their hands and knees.
They shot Charlie Kirk, and I'm damn angry, and I intend to stay damn angry.
They shot Trump in the head, the radical Democratic base, and we were told, oh, you need to calm down, don't raise the temperature.
And repeatedly, people from the Democratic base entered Catholic schools and killed praying children.
And we were told that we need to calm down.
Let's stop telling Republicans to calm down and instead urge Democrats to stop radicalizing their base.
Try less intimidation and stop calling Trump a fascist, since that only riles up your base.
They clearly can't handle it.
Maybe a little less fear-mongering about how bad the Republicans are, and a little more.
I don't know how to explain to their base that killing is unacceptable.
More than 50% of surveyed Democrats said they consider it acceptable to kill Donald Trump, and almost 50% said they consider it acceptable to kill Elon Musk.
You have a problem with radicalization. You have a problem with violence, and I will be fiercely angry until you get things in order, until you do some self-reflection and fix what is broken. You are disgusting people.
What an emotional yet accurate speech. A very young guy with a good head on his shoulders, with understanding, with the ability to convey his beliefs to us, to a large number of people. He is one of those 10,000 Charlie Kirks that were mentioned earlier.
I get that when you see my hair and nose ring, you probably think I'm a big liberal.
I love living in America. I love this country. I'm a committed centrist. I have a lot of liberal views and a lot of conservative views. But most of the time, I can see the gray areas and come to a critically thought out conclusion about what's right and wrong. The number of people I've had to unfriend or unfollow because they're celebrating what happened today is really upsetting.
And if you're following me here and are upset that I'm not celebrating and shouting hooray, please unfollow me.
Sorry if you followed me because of how I looked. We live in a country where I can look the way I want, have the opinions I want, and say what I want, thanks to where we live.
This attacks freedom of speech. No matter how you look at it, whether you like Charlie or not, I believe in the death penalty only for murderers.
Not for someone who holds debates and gives a platform to people with different opinions. Whether he agrees with them or not, he gives everyone a chance to speak.
So even though she has so many leftist views, she loves America.
And that's exactly why she sees so much bad in these terrible, cruel people. And I traveled all over America, South America, all last week. And if there's anyone left from the Democratic Party, any, for example, liberal who still thinks that this violence is justified,
people who are celebrating,
I strongly urge them to go live in a place where they have dirt floors, to bathe from a bucket, to use a pit toilet, to struggle and have no food or water.
and to rely on someone else at least once.
Instead of being so privileged and thinking that you're God and never needing anyone else.
And just being terrible to your community and thinking you can leave and somehow survive living like that. Live somewhere that's hard, and then you'll appreciate this country in a new way and won't want to destroy it.
And really support the First Amendment.
I like that some young people, all of them around or under 30, have their own outlook on life, not necessarily shaped by leftist teachers and college professors. But thank God there are those who manage to ask themselves, is what I'm being told really true? Where are the facts, historical examples, and logic?
I'm so angry right now, only just now.
I just sat down to do my makeup, and then I get news about Charlie Kirk. What the hell, liberals? This is your party. This is your party. This is what you do. This is what you do. You...
Jasmine Crockett, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, what are you doing? Chuck Schumer, what are you doing about this now? You are the party, the Democratic Party. Mandami, what are you doing? Are you doing something about this right now? No, of course, they encourage it. And I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they are getting some financial benefit from it.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Lee.
The left side is full of people who are cruel, incompetent, without morals, without values, damn it.
I think that sums up our general feeling. No morals, no values, no... Next comes a word that I can't repeat on air. I have no right to. And now the most comprehensive and accurate explanation of what happens after the murder of Kirk.
And to hell with the Democratic Party.
To hell with every damn politician, every host on cable news network and MSNBC, and every damn TikToker who has called us Nazis and white supremacists for the past 10 years. To hell with all of you, because this is your damn fault. Alright, I'm so tired of being gaslit and told that the Republican Party is the party of extremists.
Yeah, that's how things are.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, well, maybe he was a Republican. Oh, well, he was like for the Second Amendment, so just go to hell. Our family values are under attack. Christians are under attack.
And she also pointed out that they called conservatives Nazis and white supremacists, but they're the ones doing the killing, and now they're trying to make themselves look like victims.
It's like they're pushing, and they're hoping, just dreaming, not praying, because they don't do that. They're just wishing for some kind of reaction.
So later they can claim, oh, we're poor lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people being persecuted and losing rights. We're so scared. What is there to be afraid of?
The only thing you should be afraid of is yourselves. Not you, you're good.
I can no longer be on your side with a clear conscience. I once had a headache. You'll be fine.
Just because you don't agree with him politically.
Whoever did this crap, I hope you get punished to the fullest extent of the law. To the fullest extent of the law. Even though I didn't agree with his views.
When violence gets involved in the equation, everything else goes to hell. Everything you stand for goes to hell.
Who's next? Kenneth Owens, take this as a warning. Bro, stop having public debates. Stop it.
No, well, I mean, okay. So, first of all, we have people here who say, I didn't do it. A lot of people, hundreds, thousands of people said, I don't agree with Charlie Kirk, but this should never have happened.
So, gradually you make people stop agreeing with the terrorists, with this terrorist
Organization, but
now this guy says don't go out in public.
not anymore.
Don't hold these public debates.
And then Ben Shapiro recently said that there are rumors, people are saying that he will no longer go to universities to participate in debates or whatever it is he does there. And he said, that's a lie. I'm still going to do it. That's what these terrorists want. They want us to be afraid. They want to force us to stay at home so that we never feel safe, even just to go outside.
We see that.
They want crime in Washington, District of Columbia. They protest in support of crime in Washington, District of Columbia. They shout freedom for Washington. What does that mean? Trump freed Washington, District of Columbia. It's safe now.
If they're protesting, it means they want crime. They want unstable, homeless people on the streets.
And when people say, okay, let's just hide in our homes, let's not talk about it anymore, they win. That's exactly what they want. For the left, or whoever did it, trans or not, who killed Charlie Kirk and thinks that's the end? You must be stupid.
What a good girl, a good young woman, well done. Here's another Charlie Kirk. Terrible events. It led to something positive. We all hope so.
Set aside your priorities and understand that this is a party issue. The days are gone when we sat idly by, waiting for another leftist to drag a criminal they're obsessed with into the spotlight, or to become one themselves. That's over.
Young people are starting to understand where the sweet rhetoric of the left leads. It's like a bucket of cold water over your head. Suddenly continuation.
Did you celebrate it? That's really exciting.
On the eve of the anniversary of September 11, 24 years ago. You're happy, dancing, having fun, but you don't realize that you've just created Martin Luther King and at the same time created 10 million new ones. Charlie Kirkov.
That's a possible effect of the killing. I hope that's what it is, that it's a possible effect.
Let me bring you up to speed, because a lot of people seem to be suffering from amnesia.
It seems they've forgotten how close we came to losing freedom of speech here. All major tech companies, including ones like Meta, were completely controlled by the government. And fortunately, Elon Musk came and bought X, formerly known as Twitter, and gave us back freedom of speech. At that time, people like Charlie Kirk became incredibly popular on the internet, and conservatives were defeating many Democrats in most debates.
Now, during that period, there were many acts of violence from the left, including several assassination attempts on President Trump.
It's madness. Things got so crazy that many on the left the movement en masse. Many people were outraged after seeing what friends, family, colleagues, and fellow party members said about Charlie Kirk after his death.
Listen to what the left is saying about the murdered man.
What I do know for sure is what you know. Charlie was the one who once said, guns save lives after a school shooting. Charlie was the one who was ready to argue and downplay the death of George Floyd at the hands of the Minneapolis police. I think he called him a scumbag. It's right to ignore, to downplay, to minimize the significance of slavery and what black people went through in this country, saying that Juneteenth shouldn't exist. And I think, there are a lot of people who say that he just wants to have a civilized discussion. That's a complete rewriting of history. Yeah, there's nothing more twisted than completely pretending that his words and actions weren't recorded. And to exist like that for the last decade or so, how disgusting is that? The representative of the United States, Ilhan Omar, says such nasty things. No, she's not crazy, she
is an unhinged creature. Those are completely different things.
How?
As a registered Democrat, all I can say is that the shooting at Charlie Kirk just proves that we're the worst. Dude, my party is just awful. I have people celebrating, hoping he dies. What, seriously right now? Where's the compassion? Where's the respect, man? It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. And the thing is, he was a father. And regardless of whether I agree with his political views or not, deep down, he just wanted this country to be better. And I can respect that. And seeing people just behave horribly, we're the worst, we're terrible, I couldn't have said it better. Now, for those of you who want proof that people on the left are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk and really want to see some of this evil, I put a bit of myself into this video. Goodbye, Charlie Kirk. As you said, people dying for the Second Amendment is worth it. I didn't expect us to agree on anything. But for now,
they killed a man who never robbed, raped, or murdered anyone. They killed him. He expressed ideas that she didn't like. And for that, from her point of view, he deserved to die. And from her perspective, his murder is a great thing.
You live.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. He said gun deaths are an acceptable consequence of the right to bear arms. Congratulations to Charlie Kirk for becoming the new face of gun and violence awareness. It's strange to feel sympathy for Charlie Kirk. It seems like there's some strange urge to take the moral high ground and be somehow better. If you say, I feel sorry for his family, this is the world he wanted and the one he built. This is a white supremacist who wanted both of us dead. He was shot while making a transphobic comment about trans people. And yet you want to show sympathy for him. You don't have to love violence. How did you think the revolution would be bloodless? Where's your sympathy for Palestinians, Sudanese, and Congolese people? For black Americans killed by police violence and black trans women murdered simply for existing? Why show sympathy to a white supremacist, but not to the communities that need it most? I think people are afraid of losing part of their humanity if they don't feel sympathy for someone who has become a victim of gun violence. When in reality, you lose your humanity by letting fascists define your sympathy.
And now, once again, the young woman who said what I wanted to say. Thank you to her. 375,000 people watched this video in one day.
This is a party of internal terrorism. That's what it is at the moment. And you might say, don't lump us all together, we're not all the same. No, you're exactly the same. Because if you're a leftist, you agree with the fact that the lies of our party are constantly being spread, and you do nothing to help us stop it. You are on the same side as those who defend criminals, who defend gang members, who defend wife beaters, who defend people who hurt innocent women, and who defend people who shoot someone in the neck in front of thousands of students. And if you're not the one doing it, then you're following those who do. So this is a problem of the whole party. Not to mention the amount of lies, propaganda, and manipulation in the media that they use to make everyone hate this person the way they do. He said controversial things, but not enough to justify being shot and leaving his children behind. If you don't like what someone says, you can choose not to watch. You can keep scrolling. You can block them. Nobody cares, but we have freedom of speech. We can say what we want. That includes people you disagree with politically, like Charlie Kirk. How many events does the left organize and how many protests do they hold? When have you seen a Republican come and shoot someone in the neck, one of your silly little influencers? Have we ever tried to hurt them? No, Destiny was accused of harassing a minor and no one touched him.
Set your priorities and realize this is a party issue.
The days are over when we waited for the next leftist to expose or become the criminal they fixate on.
Here's another Charlie Kirk.
Oh, both sides are done. These people are just crazy. It's all gonna get very... Don't talk about politics in public. Don't do that crap. These people are just unhealthy. They defend freaking jerks who attack Ukrainian girls on the bus. They defend freaking shooters just because they think about a different field. You all make me sick.
I was afraid to make this video because I know I'll get hateful comments, especially from the left, and nobody likes hateful comments on the internet. I used to proudly call myself a liberal. I still believe in equality, access to healthcare, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer plus rights, definitely in science and social programs. But I'm really tired of showboating, intimidation, and the refusal to have real conversations. I don't want to yell here, cancel myself, or shame someone into agreeing with me. I believe we need to listen to each other, even when we disagree. Because change doesn't happen in an echo chamber. I'm not switching sides. I'm stepping out from under the label. I'm an independent, logical thinker who no longer lets political parties define my humanity. I'm still progressive, but truth matters more to me than group interests. You can fight for justice without losing your critical thinking. If you want to argue, talk to someone else.
Maybe she'll become Charlie Kirk with her views, but she's willing to listen, argue, and understand, not hate and shoot.
So why am I so upset that Charlie Kirk was killed today? Because as a combat veteran who fought for the rights of everyone in this country, this is not what we fought for. We fought for freedom of speech. We fought for the freedom to disagree. We fought for the freedom of opinion. And one person's opinion does not give anyone the right to commit murder, to take a life, to take away a father, to take away a husband. And if you are a true veteran, you should agree, whether you agree with this person or not. You should agree that this is not what we fought for. We can do better, we can do better, we must do better, let's do better, because this is not what we fought for.
That's absolutely true. We didn't fight for our freedom and independence just to kill someone for having an opinion we don't like.
I'm a black man born in America. I know what problems exist in this country, but I also know that there are far more good people in this country than bad ones.
No matter who you are, whatever your ethnic background, white, black, Hispanic, or others.
I'm in the Las Vegas studio, looking outside as people smile and greet me saying, "How are you, Steven?" They don't look like me at all, and I don't care, because they show me love, and I return it to them. At some point, we have to admit that we can't just talk about it. We can't just talk about such terrible acts and focus on the tragedy of the moment. And then, after 24 hours, go on living as if nothing happened. Something did happen. It doesn't matter what his political beliefs were. I don't care how he felt. What matters to me is that a man was shot in front of his 2 children, who are 5 years old or younger. That he died at the age of 31, that his wife became a widow, and that his children were left without a father.
Because his ideas and beliefs apparently differed from someone else's.
And then I go online and see people celebrating it.
Shame. Well, moving, as they say, towards the end of our conversation, one more perspective. America is crying.
America suffered a defeat yesterday, and people are celebrating it. People celebrated the death of Charlie Kirk, and it shows how lost our society is. Just trying to process the last couple of days. And sorry if I don't have the energy, it's been really distressing.
I just came here to announce my official divorce from the Democratic Party. And you're talking to someone who's been voting for the Democrats since he was 18.
Until recently, I changed how I voted, but I still carry that label.
Label,
I'm the kind of person who doesn't leave the ship. I try to be the voice of reason inside the ship, to try to bring it back to its true course.
But this party has lost its way. The Democratic Party, let's be honest, has become demonic and barbaric.
And I, as a Christian, can no longer be a part of this.
How do the left justify their joy in the killing of a father, 2 children, a son, a husband? It's very simple. They lied to us about what he said.
About Charlie Kirk, they're on his channel right now, and let's see if Cenk believes that's true. Charlie Kirk says that famous black women have taken the places of white people. Charlie Kirk is bragging about his all-white basketball team. Charlie Kirk gives bad advice to high school girls, is exposed for fraud by a former employee, and embarrasses himself. Charlie Kirk's brain melts as he explains an anti-vaccine conspiracy. Charlie Kirk rants about women in their 30s.
Charlie Kirk literally has no idea how the real world works.
Charlie Kirk loses his temper, refuses to speak because of pronouns. Charlie Kirk doubles down on his hatred of women. I'm telling you, Purse, Charlie Kirk was one of the best people I've ever met. He didn't have a drop of racism, misogyny, or anything like that. But liars lie, and they incite otherwise good people. From what we know about this shooter, he had a stable family. He was going to college. He was fine. Our people will find out he was radicalized. But please, let's not pretend we don't know where all this comes from. Please, let's not pretend that this works both ways, because it absolutely doesn't. Cenk, let me ask you, do you think Charlie wanted to be a martyr? Do you think Charlie wanted to be killed? Yes or no? Of course not. What kind of silly question is that? You don't know. It's quite interesting. The video where you, Cenk, are talking when Charlie was at breakfast. It makes it easy for these guys to become martyrs, and they don't deserve it. But I also want to point out that they're in tears right now. Although Charlie was grinning from ear to ear throughout the whole video, thinking, yes, now I'm a victim, and I'll be able to claim that my rights were violated. Did you catch the start, Jenk? Listen, let's repeat it. No, I didn't. And that's not, no, we're not repeating it. That's out of context. I have no idea what you mean.
No. What the hell is this? You're trying to hurt me. That's what you're trying to do, loser.
I was about to make peace, except for this guy. Look at the last two things the last two guests said. No, Purse, because no, they said yes, we should have reconciliation, but not without repentance, right?
Not without admitting guilt. Charlie was attacked by Antifa at breakfast in Philadelphia.
And the video I just showed is you with a caricature of him as Charlie Brown, saying that he would like to be a martyr, to be a victim. But I assure you his wife, now widowed, and his fatherless children didn't want him to be a martyr. What you played isn't what I said. Yes, it is, brother. That's exactly it. No, it isn't. Let's try again. Okay, you know what? Let's do it again. Stop this. No, let's do it again. Purse, can we talk about reality? He's going back 10 years. Jenku should be allowed to respond, and he's misrepresenting my words.
They don't deserve it. Making them martyrs is easy, but they don't deserve that.
That was when Antifa confronted him at breakfast in Philadelphia. Okay, so it says, wow. Anyway, wow. I'll suggest you watch this. Shout out to Black Conservative Perspective as well for having this video where all the Democrats are getting together. You know, leaving the party and all that. It was on his channel, and I want to thank him for that. Also, Piers Morgan, if you want to check it out, Piers Morgan was a huge, it was kind of like a debate that they held. He has these panel debates. Check it out.
But man, it was crazy. It was insane. It's a lot. But where are the Democrats at?
And hopefully you noticed that the left-wing host got caught lying and he was yelling, "Don't play that tape anymore." When you catch them, they get nervous and yell, we meant something completely different. Yes, the movement from the Democratic Party didn't start today. And Charlie played, at one time, he played a huge role in opening the eyes of dozens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of young Americans to the lies, manipulation, and fraud of the left in the United States and around the world. It seems that Charlie's death will open the floodgates to a massive outflow of young people, and not just from the party, from tyranny, intolerance, and constant lies. And that will be the last as well. The work of a remarkable person, an outstanding leader, one of those to whom we could entrust the steering wheel of our country. Let the collapse of the Democratic Party and the creation in its place of another more centrist, maybe even more right-wing party in the United States truly be the legacy of Charlie Kirk. And right now, I don't know if it's true or if it's fake, but it's so precise and awesome that if it's fake, I still want to share it with all American and non-American viewers. Here's the program. This interview once drew millions of viewers. Hold on. So what did their guests say to these not-so-young prostitutes? Well, again, if that really happened...
But isn't a fundamental part of being American that we can express our opinions to each other without fear, without that kind of horror happens? And it seems like we're seeing it more and more often. And it's not even about left or right. It's just people being removed because of their beliefs. In this country,
There is no place for this kind of violence. I am heartbroken because of this. I can't believe that someone would kill another person just for speaking.
Their beliefs.
Well, for many years, you and your allies in the media have been turning half the country against the president and his supporters. And figures like Charlie Kirk, Trump is Hitler, his supporters are fascists, right-wing extremists, they're a threat to our democracy, they're Nazis. You know these words and you seriously sit here, surprised when madmen who believe your words decide to take matters into their own hands. Your country sets fires and loots every time something goes wrong. Your country has tried to kill the president several times. Your country has burned Teslas all over the country and wanted Elon dead. Your country killed Charlie Kirk. Your country is celebrating it now.
So don't tell me
Well, it's not a matter of left and right, it's the left, only the left. Ironically, it's the Democratic side that's engaging in political violence and killing figures they disagree with. And every time something like this happens, you come here and tone down the rhetoric. Crocodile tears. I can't believe this. And a week later, you go back to calling him a dictator and a fascist, so you really don't care. You're just pretending. And for that, you, and you in the corner too, get out.
I'm almost sure it's fake, that he would have been knocked out after his very first word, even before he said anything, right after his first breath. Yeah, and who is he for those guys to even invite him? But he told them, and others like them, it's your fault, exactly you.